Got a Sunderland fan shouting Elisha Sharkey. Hello everybody, we're just outside the stadium at Beeb, you know. So we've been doing filming this week around here, so that's the reason why we're at the stadium. Like, don't worry, we've already been trying to be kicked out if you've seen it on the vlog already. We're going to be talking about, obviously we've got Elisha FC, who's part of Newcastle Fanstv 100%, NUFC, which is Sharkey. We're going to be talking about the game which is coming up against Crystal Palace this weekend. So I'll let you two talk about Newcastle and I'll talk about Palace and how I think they will line up. So this is going to be off the top of our heads. So, you know, we got the draw.
Yeah.
A great draw, I have to say, against Southampton, although they came back twice. Yeah. You would have took that at the beginning.
Yeah.
So going on this week now, is it as you were, or do you expect to see Mikel Moreno come in or Kieran Clark come in? Is there going to be any changes in that lineup for you?
I don't know, because Hayden had a very good game as well, so you couldn't justify taking Hayden out from Moreno. And
could you play all three, or is that harsh on Perez?
Is Rafa going to do that? It's changing Rafa's tactics really again, isn't it? So I think it'll probably stay how it is. Yes, Lejeune gave away a daft penalty, but apart from that, I think he had a decent game.
How would you see the lineup? Do you think it's going to be a couple of changes? Moreno and Clark maybe come in, or maybe, I don't know, maybe Mitrovic might come from the bench this time because of Gale's injury?
That might be one for Mitrovic to come back, but I think the one change he will make maybe possibly Lejeune out for Kieran Clark, because I think that mistake that he made in the second half, Rafa might have picked up on that in the week to think, right, okay, we're playing Crystal Palace. Kieran Clark hasn't done too bad. Did he have an injury? Was it?
No, I think it was just because he was rested, to be fair. We played Ireland twice, didn't he?
And before the Southampton game, I don't think he put a foot wrong, really, and that's why he's playing a lot for Newcastle, he's playing a lot for Ireland. So I think it'd be right to bring him back there for this game at Crystal Palace, just to show up that defence a little bit more with the experience of him and obviously Lascelles at the back.
It is PR windy here, like. So just going to be talking now about, you know, the how we're going to set up as well. We've got a Sunderland fan shouting Elisha Sharkey.
Just tickle Mac and banter, isn't it?
Right. So how are we going to set up? Because I think this time, I was saying to you and Sharky before, I think this is the first time at home that we're expected now to win this game, because you're saying, oh, we'll get a point against Spurs, we'll get a point against Liverpool, and so on and so on. But how do we attack, or is it cautious, Rafa, again? How we're going to go into this?
I think after how Crystal Palace managed to beat Chelsea at the last weekend, we're going to have to be cautious, because, you know, Chelsea are obviously better than us, but I think it's just going to be a normal setup. A normal home setup is going to have to be that way.
Like the 4-2-3-1. The camera is going all over the place. You might have seen it move slightly from the action before, but apologise for that. Right, so, you know, how are we going to go into this game? Is it well, we know it's going to be 4-2-3-1, but how do we set up? Do we have to tack them, or is it the same coach as Rafa, like Elisha was saying?
I think it's Crystal Palace, so I think we're going to have to go at them, because Crystal Palace, they're still bottom of the league. Yes, they've beaten Chelsea 2-1, but they're not a team that are vulnerable still at the back. You know, they're a team that's chipping in goals left, right and centre. And I think if we're just go at them being the home team and take the initiative, I think we can take an early lead, and if we can just build on that and put them under pressure, because if we score first, Palace are going to then be expanded, they're going to want to go forward themselves, they're going to leave gaps open at the back, and that'll just work into our favour. And I think that's what we're going to have to do, because again, we're not playing Man City, we're not playing the Chelseas, we're playing Crystal Palace. And I think being a home team, we'll have to take the initiative and go on. Yeah,
we should be beating Crystal Palace, because I know they got that result. Speaking of Crystal Palace, I think how they'll play, I think this time around, I think they'll play with the counter-attacking system. I think they're going to be looking at the likes of Wilfred Zaha is obviously their key man. He's actually read a stat that he's the most fouled player now in the Premier League. So the threat is going to come from him. Andros Townsend will want to do well against us lot again. So whether they alternate between the two of them, maybe want Zaha play this as a striker coming out the left. I think that's where the strength of Crystal Palace is. Defensively, I think they are very weak and vulnerable. They've changed the goalkeeper. I don't read either one of them, Hennessy and Speroni. I think we can get at them. I think Sakho's really well, but if Sakho is doing back heels in your own box, I think, yes, he's strong and he looks fantastic, but if he's going to dilly and dally, as Claudio Ranieri would say, dilly dong, in their own box, I think we can get a Crystal Palace, we can get set pieces as well, get crosses in. I think the defence is vulnerable, it's weak. The counter-attacking system, we can counter against them. We've got pace, they've got pace. It'll be interesting. I think there will be goals in it. I think it's going to be something like a 3-2 or I don't think Newcastle will keep a clean sheet. I think Palace may score. I think they're on a high. I think they'll come out with confidence, saying, look, we've beat Chelsea, we can go to St James's and get something. Remember a couple of years ago when it was 3-3? It could be all over again. So I'm going to get a score prediction off you all now, and hopefully it's positive. Score prediction for this weekend?
3-2 Newcastle.
Well, you're going for the 3-2. Sharky?
It's going to be a tight game. I'm going to go for 2-1 Newcastle.
You're going tight, are you?
2-1.
Okay, I think it'll be high scoring. I'm going to go 3-2 as well. We'll be back doing fan cams. We are back. Obviously, it'll be us two, and Shark will be there probably. He'll be doing his match vlog and so on. Links are in the description for both these individual channels as well. Thank you very much, and see you later. Bye bye.
We're raising money for the Bradley Lowry Foundation by walking from the Stadium of Light to St James's Park on October 24th. Please help this great cause by donating. The link is in the description below.